issues on ACJ Online TV. I'm your usual host. My name is Ejiro, and here with me today is Chiamaka
Thank you.
Lumanzi.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Hope you're having a nice day.
In between actually.
The country, ba?
Obviously, it's very obvious. Like it's draining at this point.
Sorry.
It's really draining.
Really sorry. Oh, still on the issue on subsidy removal. We're going to continue from there. The other day with Mr. Patrick, we talked about the fuel subsidy removal, and Miss Chiamaka here will continue for us and tell us what she thinks about the fuel subsidy. We're going to ask you a few questions today.
Okay.
One, what is your opinion on the removal of fuel subsidy in Nigeria?
Okay. It's a good thing first, but it's a very good thing
Okay.
because at this point where we are as a nation, we've gotten to that point where we should have grown being spoon fed.
Okay.
Because
I agree.
adding subsidy, it still means we're still being spoon fed. Every child who is being spoon fed cannot grow. It means you're not allowing the child grow. It means you're not even giving room
For the
for
child to
growth.
grow. Yeah.
So the more you keep spoon feeding people, the more relaxed, the more comfortable they get. We just have to get on our feet and set the ball rolling. So subsidy is a good thing.
It's a good thing for you.
It's a good thing. Yes.
Okay.
But let me just allow you.
Okay. How has this fuel subsidy removal affect you personally?
Okay, personally, the first subsidy removal has it has affected me in a way that I love my comfort.
Okay.
I really love my comfort, and because I love my comfort, I don't enjoy my comfort again.
How do you mean?
Yes, my comfort. I don't own a car.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I don't own a car, I love to be driven.
Okay.
Owning a car definitely is nothing, but I love to be driven, and I love to take my time. But now I have to be in a hurry because I cannot sit in my house and wait for and order any ride, because imagine from my house to my workplace usually it's like 1,500, but as of this
Okay.
morning it was 4,600.
That's like double the amount, or three times the amount
Three
of what
times
you
the amount
what you
of
normally
what I
pay.
usually pay. So imagine paying
That's
4,600 to work. How much is my basic salary? That should be the first question I ask myself. How much is my basic salary? So if my basic salary cannot cover the baby girl lifestyle subsidy is forcing us to live,
you say this baby girl
we have to
lifestyle.
enter the streets. Obviously, we just have to enter the streets at this point.
Okay, so on your side, it's not been fair.
It's not.
Not been
It's
fair
not.
at
Yeah.
all.
We're not giving the opportunity to prepare for it. You see, that's what I said earlier. When you're being spoon fed, it makes you comfortable. We're also comfortable as because of the added subsidy. We're so comfortable. We're okay doing our thing, not bothering, not minding, not being We're not even open to what if subsidy is being removed. What are the pros and the cons of removal of subsidy? We didn't check the pros and the cons of removal of subsidy as citizens, as consumers of this product. We did not check the pros and the cons, and because we did not check these things, we are now suffering for it.
Okay, that's true. But I'm going to ponder on something you said that you people were not ready for it. Do you think Nigerians are ever going to be ready for removal of subsidy? In Nigeria, there's no time to be ready. Nobody's ever ready for anything.
I agree with you. Okay, during 2022, while campaigns was going on, both Peter Obi, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our current president, Atiku, I think at one point or the other, all mentioned that they will remove subsidy.
Yes, they did.
Yes, that they will remove subsidy. So instead of preparing people to, at that point, I started making researches about if subsidy is removed, what are the benefits, what are the gains, what are the losses, what are the disadvantages. But a lot of people were just carried away with, we want who we want, not minding whatever it is that is being set on the table. Now, going back to, can Nigerians ever prepare? Yes, we can be prepared. The government can prepare us for stuffs like this, because
How do you mean?
in a situation where, okay, handover was on Monday,
Yes.
and from Monday, people started panic buying petrols. As of yesterday, prices skyrocketed.
Yes, that's true.
Now, if you prepare people, okay, announcements. We knew Buhari had already announced. Former President Buhari has already announced that, okay, he was going to remove subsidies. Subsidy was going to be only for the first 6 months of the year in 2023.
That's from January
Budgets
to
were
June.
not, yes. And so we're hearing yesterday that, okay, even the extension, the 6 months extension, was not paid for. So the outgoing president did not pay for the last 6 months.
I think it was not fully paid for.
It wasn't paid for.
Okay.
Okay, let's say it
At
wasn't
all.
fully paid for. Let's just be in between. Now, if these things were not paid for, you don't expect these people to manufacture petrol. You don't, because these things were imported. You don't expect them to still feel, okay, guys, there's no subsidy, or there is subsidy, just calm down. No, because if we're prepared for, the government should have put things in place. First, minimum wage should have been reviewed.
Yes.
Salaries should be
Should
increased.
be increased.
There should be
So as to meet up this
interstate. There should be intertown shuttle at an affordable rate. Government intertown shuttles that can help beat down the cost of things. If you check in the UK, they spend more buying petrol, but there are bus shuttles that helps ease the pain of, if you don't own a car, you won't even feel the pain. You either just join the metro buses or just, but then in Nigeria, no preparations were made. Preparations were not made. People just woke up and they realized that subsidy has been removed, and boom.
But still, I still hold on the ground that even if because Nigerians have been aware of this since 2021, when former President Buhari made this statement that the subsidy will be removed in 2023.
But what plans was put on the table?
That's the thing.
Because without plans, at this point, even if subsidy was going to be removed, when they were talking about the intertown
But
train,
I actually think they made plans, but it wasn't good enough.
they did
it
not
wasn't
make.
good
See,
enough.
it's different to speak. Talk is cheap.
Yes, true.
Talk is cheap. I could say something. I could say I will do this. I will do that. And long story short, I won't do nothing.
Yes.
Exactly what has
Can
happened.
happen. Yeah.
Exactly. So imagine not following your talk with action. That is what we are suffering today. Because if our president, as our then president, had backed his talks with action, like, okay, put this in place, increase minimum wage to 100, 300, do this, because staffs are suffering.
Really suffering.
Staff, even if you own a car, people
Even
who
if you own a car, you are
even
still
if you own a
suffering.
car, you are still suffering.
Yes.
You are still going to get you still go through it. PHCN is not even smiling with you.
I was even going through Instagram earlier today, and I saw when a guy was complaining that he normally fills his car with 10-15K, and now 30K, the car is still not full. The car is still not full, and it affects those people.
everybody.
And it was like he's going to sell off his car. I don't know if you saw the video.
So even if he sells his car, he will stand at the bus stop. He will suffer. He will not see car. He will not see bus. God help him, he's in Lagos. It's not like us that is in Abuja. That anyhow we must get a vehicle. Anyhow,
Get to where we're
but
going
then
to.
you in Lagos,
It's going to be really difficult.
Obviously.
Aside from when people what about people in the villages? Those villages.
Everyone is going
that
so
travel
far.
to the town to buy things, or people in town that travel to villages to get stores, and transportation rate is really high.
Yeah, even delivery of, okay, there's a restaurant not far from our office, and normally delivery is like 500, but since yesterday delivery has been 800, 1,000 naira. You won't blame them.
You won't blame them. You won't.
You
actually
definitely
blame
won't
them.
blame them. That's like the amount they do delivery. That's the amount for a liter of fuel. It's not even up to the amount of a liter of fuel, because 500 naira for delivery. Excuse you, fuel is 530. NNPC. Some filling stations are even selling 600.
Yes, that's
So-
true. I saw it on Instagram as well.
It's crazy. It's crazy. If plans were probably put in place, backed up with action, whatever it is we're going through, we shouldn't have been.
But I want to know your view on this. As Nigeria is to what years again?
How old are we talking? Because I lost
I
count.
think we're 63 or 60
I
what?
lost count.
But at this,
I
at
lost
this
count during
time-
COVID. Yeah, that's true. I lost count during COVID because you know COVID we're practically not doing nothing.